Galton Buddha used to frequently share with his pupils that our language can be quite strong. He declared that our tongue, with which we speak, can be the sharpest of weapons. He added that despite the fact that the knife is considered the world's most dangerous weapon, our words don't physically harm people. However, they can emotionally harm individuals. Our words are a source of power, but they can also be a vulnerability if we are unsure of when, where to talk, and how much. When we converse politely and sensibly at the appropriate times, it can lead to success. But if we say something hurtful or incorrect, it can make our lives challenging. Friends, let me tell you a story today regarding the significance of remaining silent and how it can alter your existence. This narrative will clarify for you how, sometimes, silence can be very effective. There was a well-known Buddhist monk who resided far away in a peaceful forest in India. He was an extremely reflective individual who was also very renowned across India. One day, a monarch approached him, saying, "Respected monk, I'm always worn out, angry, and frustrated. Despite possessing all things, riches, fame, and all the luxuries one could want, I still don't feel at peace with myself. O monk, kindly assist me in getting rid of this restless mind." The monk replied, "The solution to your restless mind already exists inside of you, but you haven't found it yet. However, I would like to conduct an experiment. Would you like to try it? By following this experiment, there won't be any tension or anxiety in your existence." The king, furious to learn of this, asked the monk to explain further. "I'm prepared to do what you tell me to do. Anything to help me relax." Then the monk calmly answered, "For the next 15 days, you'll be in my convent and lead a normal life. For 15 days, you will be by yourself, keeping quiet and using as little language as you can." The monk's plan was approved by the king on the first day. He became aware of his mental agitation, more than usual for many. Thoughts and queries persisted, and he found living a simple life uncomfortable. As with everyone else, his true desire was to speak, but resisted the need to and continued perfectly quiet, just relaxing. But as the evening wore on, he started to feel a sudden, unexpected calmness and contentment. This encounter baffled him since he was perplexed as to why his restlessness persisted. There was less restlessness the next day. The monarch persisted in spending time alone with nature, observing the flowers and plants, and for the first time, birds in the sky. The time he genuinely recognized the splendor of observing the surrounding nature and establishing a connection with the natural world. 10 days passed around him, and all the inner unrest and mental confusion progressively disappeared. On the 12th day, he discovered that he was getting into a deep meditation while he shut his eyes to their profound meditative state, and his thoughts became worry-free. The king had deep internal tranquility following the previous 3 days of meditating deeply. He came to the Buddhist monk, a well-respected one at that. "I have realized why my thoughts were so troubled, as I deduced. The cause of my inattentiveness and unending chatter and native thinking," the monk, troubled, begged. "Please tell me what you've discovered about yourself." "I used to talk too much," the king retorted. "A great deal of effort on people frequently having unfavorable thoughts about them. This unending chatter and negative thinking wasted time and made my mind disturbed. So I was unable to complete my tasks sufficiently, and I began to struggle in nearly all of these ongoing failures. It made me feel even worse and more susceptible, irritated that it kept going in the wrong direction, affecting how I live. But these 15 days were a life-changing event. I now feel as if I'm genuinely experiencing life to its maximum, and I was aware of that prior to this. I was living incorrectly. Additionally, I discovered that there's no need to meditate. It comes easily to you." The monk, who practices Buddhism, said that there are many people in the world, not just you, even today, many people still talk too much. Used words to harm other people, and this talking too much still causes issues affecting their lives. The monk told the king about the significance of speaking quietly. He related a tale about a pupil who questioned Gautam Buddha about why he was so silent a lot. Buddha answered, "I keep quiet so I can explore myself deeply. The first step toward really being aware of oneself in silence. Since self-discovery is unattainable, the first step is to speak only when necessary, and the majority of among the 90% that we discuss is damaging. It would have been preferable if people avoid over-talking when they could have decreased roughly 90% of the issues. When people start to disappear, there are less fighting, less agitation, and less disputing if both parties learn to keep quiet about the many issues facing the world. Possibly prevented someone with comprehension the importance of quiet for peace, even in a busy area. Sometimes being by yourself can be heaven. Other people's company can occasionally make us uneasy. It's crucial to begin by achieving inner peace and accepting quiet. Giving in to your inner energy in motion. Please send your ideas to calm down. If you awaken and find yourself unsettled by the existence of other people, it's wise to tuck in your comfort and get in touch with your inner freshness, as that's where your life began. It is not where anybody else originates from the same place as you do. When you are alone and no one else can take you, you have to go there on your own. Thus focus within, as you are the supreme master of your inner realm. Life begins there, and that's where looking is the birthplace of happiness. Within yourself, you'll come across the profundities of existence and even touch on the idea of dying. This inward voyage is similar to observing your own life has its ups and downs, just like the sun always rising and setting. You travel within and arrive at when you return, you'll feel renewed, as if you feel refreshed after taking a nice bath. Where life's abundance can be found, where you replenish your energy and where fatigue, melancholy, and anxiety fade, leaving you with a feeling of renewal as if similarly cool your body after taking a bath. When an individual finds some quiet time and when they consider their ideas, they frequently feel happier and more at ease afterward. When you truly establish an internal, you'll discover that talking doesn't help you. Instead, it causes distress in your mind. There is a persistent sense of serenity. You can talk and stay inside of yourself. In touch with your inner self, you can phrase that don't disturb your inner tranquility. Doing so will make your words have an exquisite quality, such as in the case of music, and everything will work together harmoniously. Speaking in this manner will affect others profoundly when you keep your inner silence. You begin to access a powerful inner strength and overcome social norms pressures that you'll particularly enjoy. A life akin to the joy of the fervently pursue their aspirations face will be more radiant, and your eyes will glow with a distinct light as you plunge into an ocean of unending tranquility. Friends, you may have observed that talking excessively doesn't result in harmony. It is challenging to maintain mental control, ideas, and to maintain concentration. Consequently, they are unable to provide their total focus on their objectives frequently leads individuals to fail to recognize the actual purpose of existence, increasing the difficulty of achieving their desired success. In addition, you might have observed that people who talk excessively are occasionally made fun of by others, while those who speak less and adhere to what they say win others' respect. This is because people have an inclination to focus on what someone says and believe what they say. However, a mentally disturbed individual usually has difficulty succeeding due to their lack of sincere interest. True intelligence is found in their understanding of where, when, and what to say. People who master this ability typically succeed in a variety of circumstances. Someone who doesn't talk as much takes center stage of focus and has a propensity to excel in diverse activities. When we witness the characteristics of outstanding people, we find that they carefully choose their words and don't use many. They think about what they say, and this helps explain their success. Conversely, a lot of people talk excessively, which leads to frequent use of deceit and disseminating bad information concerning others. This could be harmful to connections and reputations, which is why those closest to them frequently attempt to avoid and remain apart from them. In the past texts from many cultural contexts, they'd frequently discuss how our language reflects our convictions and principles. Silence benefits us, develops patience, which heightens our awareness. Meditating can assist us in comprehending ourselves more thoroughly, so I advise my friends to be by themselves for at least 20 minutes in daily solitude, which can lead to significant improvement in your life. As we reach the conclusion of this Zen voyage, I invite you to participate actively. If you discovered inspiration in this story, support us by hitting the like button, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment below with your thoughts or any Zen stories you'd like to hear next. For more moments of motivation and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement fuels our journey. Thank you for walking this path of wisdom and enlightenment with us.